Hey y'all, Dylan Parnger here. Welcome back to the channel. Excuse me, that was a mess. I don't know how I didn't see that before pressing record. But anyways, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing the Lightzord and the Shark Zord, the final two Zords of the Power Rangers Samurai Zord line that appeared on the show. So I'll start chronologically here. So I'll start with the Lightzord. I'm not counting what's it called? Clash of the Red Rangers, because that wasn't supposed to be in that special. Anyways, I'm starting with the figure here. Mine actually came broken, but it doesn't really matter. It's one of the removable helmets, so if you can get that off, there's that. It's the same head that was used on the Octozord re-release. I'm thinking about taking this one off too, and like cutting off the hand, so like the actual 4-inch figures can hold this. So I think that would be cool to do. So I was just waiting after this video to see if I could do that. And then here's the actual Lightzord. You might be wondering, why is it so freaking small? That's because instead of releasing it in the Megazord, in the like deluxe Megazord line, they decided to release it in the auxiliary Zord line. And granted, it was towards the end of Super Samurai, but I think they could have sold quite a few of these if they had done that. And like done the disc feature too. Because that would have boosted the sales of the discs. They didn't sell them individually, but like, I don't know, maybe some people who didn't really want to get, what's it called? Those like Ranger sets, like with the mask and weapon. Maybe they would get it so they can have some discs put on the Lightzord. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Here it is. You can hold it. It has like a little handle, but that's meant for the Megazords. You'll see that in a second. So you could, if you really, really wanted to, but can't get the Japanese version, you could do it like this. Like, you can't really get back there because the hand's in the way. But you get the idea. And they made it a little round. I don't have the Japanese version, but you can kind of see, because this is like, if they had made it like this, because that's how it's actually supposed to be, just straight like that. So I'll curve it. Excuse me. But they did that for its second mode here. It's Megazord mode. So you just do that. You take these parts off. That. Come on. There you go. It's hard to do with the camera right there. You put them on like this. Like legs. And you can flip this bit around here, revealing the head. And these arms come apart. And then in the show, they're like that. So Antonio can hold it, or he holds it, and still have all this room to fight. But when you take it apart, you realize, oh, that bit's upside down. So you have to flip it again. I don't know how they managed to screw it up. I figured it could just totally be me being dumb, but let me know if anyone's having that issue too. Yeah, there you go. There's this Megazord mode. Again, it's supposed to be the same size as the Samurai Megazord. That is ridiculous. Sorry if you can hear my sister in the other room. She's playing a Roblox horror game. But yeah, there's that. And this also has a spider mode. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can remember how to do it. I know these go like that, I think, like back like that, and then they actually flip these over like that. Okay, yeah, just like that, and then they actually remove this gray part, and then they open it. That's why it opens. And then they put it in here, just like that. Yeah, so now it's a spider. And then the figure can ride it. Just like that. So Antonio can be riding the Zord in super mega mode, not 2014, but 2012 rather. Despite him never using it in the show, and technically never using it in the Sentai either, because in Shinkenger they didn't have a Mega mode. So when he went in the cockpit and for Shinkenger versus Gosager, it was just regular Mega or regular Super mode that he got to use that one time. So yeah, if you really want a figure to do that, you can either try to track down the Comic-Con set from 2012, which is like $500, at least when I found on eBay. Maybe one day I can get that. Or you can get this. That's not going to stay on. And this thing has one more thing I can do. If you just get him out of there. And they can combine with the Megazord. That's why I have it here. That's why I disassembled my Gigazord off my display so I could do that. Let's see if I can... No, still can't get the whole thing in here. Okay, there we go. So the way this works, he actually keeps his helmet. And then, with the Ape Zord, they hold it. Then I gotta reassemble his like, not necessarily blade, but like, this thing. Just like that. And you barely can, like, wedge that in there. Not that it's loose, but, like, the gap here is not big enough. So, yeah, that's what that can do. That is not what happens on the show at all. What happens on the show is the Lightzord and, the Lightzord switch limbs, essentially. Not essentially, that's exactly what happens. Oh, jeez. I wonder if you could hear that. So, yeah, if you're a completionist, like I was for the Zord series, have to get it, of course. But it is not necessary for the Gigazord. So if you're just trying to go for that and don't care about these two Zords, you don't need it. Because these two Zords are not necessary for the Gigazord. I am just a completionist. So, speaking of, let's get all this out the way. And go to the Shark Zord. Yeah. Okay. So starting off with the figure, here it is. Again, other than the SDC Comic-Con 2012 set, this is the only way to get a Shark Attack Mega Mode figure. I guess that's what it's called. Do note, he does not have the Shark Zord as a sword, like he should, technically. But rather, the Mega Blade with the black box attached. I guess. Then he has the head. He has the thing. This head, let's see. Again, was used on the re-release of the Tiger Zord. It does look like his head is the helmet is way too big, but that's okay for this little figure. One thing if this isn't enough for you and you can't get the SDC set, one thing you could do is get another Super Mega Mode Red, again, 2012, not 2014, and just paint it, and then steal a Shark Attack blade from either the figure art, which I'll probably just do because I have that. I did a video on it, go watch it. Or I've seen like I think it was like Gashpon or Candy Toy. Or really, if you can't get either of those, you can mold it yourself. So yeah, those are your options for that. That I can come up with the least. And then getting on to the actual Shark Zord here. To clarify, because I've seen a lot of people confused about this stuff online. In Japan, he didn't have this bit or this bit. That's because in Japan, it was a dinosaur. And that is why the Shark Zord has feet. I have no idea why they made it a shark. In the show, in both shows, he didn't have the bits. It's just this one toy that has these two bits. And I forgot to grab an actual figure to show it. But the figures can hold these two weapons. You can see they got handles. But so if you don't want them on here because you want yours to look like it does in the show, you can still have a use for these. This one does have a gimmick, unlike the Lightzord. It's this button right here on this part, and it shoots it forward. You can do that literally as many times as you want. It's okay. And then the figure can ride on top of it. Just like that. Get ready for the Megazord here. It can roll. Just like that. And then, of course, you can bring the Megazord in. What were you expecting? And nothing happens on the bottom half. So, of course, remove the figure, as the figure is not part of combinations. And then, if you want to, you can leave these bits on or off. Doesn't really matter. We're going to take off his front legs and then set this whole thing aside. And these parts can combine just like that. Oh, ooh. Almost dropped my phone. I wonder what it caught. Okay, that is scenery. I don't know, it looks off to me. Yeah. Something like that. That'll work. Okay, these two combine just like that. Take off this helmet. Then you can put it in the leg of the Dragon Zord there. And you can put this up here, giving him a new helmet, which I do like the helmet. And then, ooh. Then on your actual Shark Zord, there's a little handle that can come up from right in there. And then you can give it to your Megazord, just like that. There's a little bit of trouble of holding it up, but it's really not that big of a deal. If you were to display your Shark Zord, like actually as a sword, I'd recommend having the gimmick out, so that if you keep this spring compressed, over time, it will no longer work. It'll kind of just, and it'll go back down. It won't be able to actually just stay up at all. Just a little thing. Think about. So I don't, like I said, I don't have any of the Japanese Zords for this series, so I cannot do a comparison. I'm hoping one day I can get them. But to give you kind of an idea, the Shark Zord is the size of the actual roleplay swords, and the Lightzord is the size of a Megazord. So that is about it. Overall, I think if you just were to get one of these, definitely go for the Shark Zord. They didn't really use it much in the show, but it's definitely way cooler as a toy. Yeah, there's not really much else to say about this. So, may the power protect you.